It is I! The Bigender Moon Buddy. Hi. How y'all doing? Let's see here. Alright, so, today, we will, do the classic mode of the Return to Freddy's 2 Winter Wonderland. Which is basically a revamped and polished up version of the original. Now, the original Return to Freddy's 2 was notoriously buggy and had a lot of glitches. And so, I assume this is basically the exact same thing, just, obviously with all the bugs and glitches fixed. Now, I did click on this earlier to make sure it worked. There we go, we still get the cutscene. So yeah, this is the original Return to Freddy's 2. And I think the most notable difference of the classic mode is there isn't really a Christmas theme to this one. The Christmas theme was more of the Winter Wonderland thing. Error. Oh my good lord! Graphics. Oh yeah! That's right! The demo had different graphics too! The music changes if you change the graphics. Holy crap! The amount of detail put into this! Wow! Alright. Now, I do remember the second one was very, very hard.
Hello and welcome to your new summer job. I'm here to talk to you some of the things that you can expect to see in your first week here and help you start this new and exciting career path. You actually are first going to work at this location, but this job should be fairly easy. Nothing really goes on there tonight except for robbery, pranks, and etc. But we really haven't experienced any of those things. But to be aware, the animatronics do walk around at night and during the day to keep your servers from locking up. So don't worry about the place as haunted. Now that being said, if you're ever trying to find where the people are, they pretty much want to entertain you. You know, they don't want to hurt you. Also, you have two things to maintain. Well, more likely three. You have flashlight, power, and the mask is toxic, so you don't wear that for too long. So that's also one thing to maintain is your oxygen. I don't think you also want the place going dark. Also, that being said, please keep the power generated at all times. They currently cannot afford proper power just yet. Now, to welcome you to this job, we gave you an empty Freddy head, but during development of the building, I think some dust and other toxic type things may have gotten into it. So I don't think it's a good idea to wear for too long. Well, I think that's it. You should be golden. Check the lights, make sure nobody gets in, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Alright. I assume that's the original phone call. Okay, that's how you deal with it. Oh, there's sugar. Okay. So that's how Freddy and Chica work. And I assume Body as well. Alright. That was a simple first night, but I have a feeling things are gonna escalate. Error. Error.
Hello? See, I told you your first night wouldn't be a problem. By now you will have noticed the music box in one of the party rooms. That is brand new. They just moved into the building 3 days ago. That is a replacement for the gift-giving animatronic that we used to have here. He kept the kids happy until one day a kid came and tore him apart. But he is stored in the basement, so he shouldn't be able to wander around. And the part that scares me about the puppet thing, it can go anywhere. So to prevent that, just wind up the music box, and it should hold in place for about a few seconds. The animatronics have been also acting really strange lately. The CEO assumed there was a glitch in the system. They don't know how badly the glitch is or what it can exactly cause yet. But I'll update you whenever they find out. Don't worry. Before they even opened up the place, they had a yellow suit instead of a brown one. The yellow one was supposed to be Freddy. But you can see dust marks so very easily on the yellow one. So the CEO switched this to a brown one, and the yellow suit happens to be right in the storage basement. I'll be honest, I think the CEO has OCD or something. Anyways, that's his problem. I'll let you go back to work. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
It's night 2. I can see this get very painfully difficult. The characters are already moving quite fast.
Hey, Night 3. I told you wouldn't have any problems. About that gift-giving animatronic that was torn apart. He has been acting a bit twitchy, so he might be able to move. But if he does, the mouse should work on him too. There are also another gift-giving animatronic. Not just a puppet, but another cat named Kitty Bazcat. She likes to climb on things and is most likely to climb into the vents, so just keep an eye out for a pink animatronic cat. Remember to keep the music box wound up and the power generated. Oh, and before I go, the first animatronic we had here was very, very glitchy and too scary. He should not move and will not move, because he's been put in the storage basement as well. Yeah, he was the very first prototype we ever had here. But okay, but anyways, hang in there, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
You know, for being so old, one thing I appreciate is how it forces you to use multiple cameras. That's kind of something that a lot of early FNAF fan games didn't really get. I keep hearing Balloon Boy. Is he actually in this game? I didn't think he was. If I recall correctly, his only appearance was in the as far as I can tell, as far as I remember, he didn't kill you in that one. Or attack you. Alright. So I think the light is freezing the animatronics in place. At least partially. Oh, hi, Golden Freddy. Oh, boy.
Hi.
Hello? Hey there, Night 4. I thought you would get the hang of it. Okay, just to update you, the CEO has found out the glitch can cause... It's very... deadly. The animatronics start to think during the night that any adult in the building is an empty endoskeleton without its costume on. Apparently that's against the rules here, so they tried to stuff the person in a suit. But the downside about that is that the suits are filled with wires and animatronic devices. Also, I forgot to mention a dog animatronic we have here. The children called him Doug. So I guess that's his name. I guess that's the name we're giving him. He falls with noise, so just make sure to make some noise when you see him in your camera view or in the far end of the hall. Also, someone wants to buy us out and rename our business, but the CEO refused to do that. Anyways, hang tight, all pass. Good night.
I supposed to do with Doug if he's in the hallway? Oh, it...
Hello? Hey there, 9-4. I told you would get the hang of it. Okay, just to update you, the CEO has found out the glitch can cause... It's very... deadly. The animatronics start to think during the night that any adult in the building is an empty endoskeleton without its costume on. Apparently that's against the rules here, so they tried to stuff the person in a suit. But the downside about that is that the suits are filled with wires and animatronic devices. Also, I forgot to mention a dog animatronic we have here. The children called him Doug. So I guess that's his name. I guess that's the name we're giving him. He falls with noise, so just make sure to make some noise when you see him in your camera view or in the far end of the hall.
Okay, so go back to camera 1, make noise.
Business, but the CEO refused to do that. Anyways, hang tight, all pass. Good night.
Got it. I thought Doug only appeared in Camo 1. He caught me off guard. Yeah, hello, Kyle. I'm kind of focused right now. Trying not to die horribly. In a moment when I get time to. Oh, I can pause! I can pause! Oh, wow! Okay! I can pause with the P button. Doesn't give any indication that I've paused, but it pauses. Alright, so... this is the classic The Return to Freddy's 2. This is classic mode. The main difference is they went through and fixed all of the bugs and glitches from the original. So this is basically a polished version of the original. And the best part is they even allow you to play with the demo graphics as well. So you can play this version with 2 different sets of graphics. Because the demo of The Return to Freddy's 2 had different graphics entirely. So it's just wild. Alright. I've got the power generator. I've got the mask. I've got the music box. I've got Foxy. And then I've got Doug. say, Doug caught me really off guard by appearing in the hallway. I thought he only appeared in Camo 1. Maybe he was supposed to in the original, but that broke. And they fixed that. Which would be really cool if they did. Oh yeah, the funniest part is every time I die, it just shoots me right back to the night. So I can't escape this. Hey! Hello, Shadow Lockjaw. That was night 4, by the way. Lockjaw. You remember the animatronic we repaired last time we played this? The one with the organs inside? That was Lockjaw. This is the Shadow version. This was the first appearance of Lockjaw, technically. The actual Lockjaw does not really show up in this one.
Hi.
Hello? Hey, good job, Night 5. Keep a close eye on things tonight, okay? The child just went missing today. The CEO literally had to shout out at the top of his lungs and explain to the press that it wasn't our doing. Now, we're all over the news. This is really sad news, really. So we may have to sell off the business to the guy that came over yesterday. The puppet was also really acting really aggressive during the day shift. So just keep the music box wound up at all times, okay? And be sure the power doesn't go out either. Just get through 2 more nights, hang in there, and good night.
They did not have to include this classic mode. Oh my god! What? How did Golden Freddy kill me? That just out of nowhere! What?
Hi.
Hello? Hey, good job, Night 5. Keep a close eye on things tonight, okay? A child just went missing today. The CEO literally had to shout out at the top of his lungs and explain to the press that it wasn't our doing. Now, we're all over the news. This is really sad news, really.
Okay, I see what I did wrong.
Business to the guy that came over yesterday. The puppet was also really acting really aggressive during the day shift. So just keep the music box wound up at all times, okay? And be sure the power doesn't go out either. Just get through 2 more nights, hang in there.
He probably showed up when I was dealing with Doug. What? Excuse me? That's unfair! was gonna try and go back to the music menu to, get a moment. I forgot I could pause. What am I supposed to do about Golden Freddy if he can just show up whenever and just kill me? Alright. Wow, the game looks so different with the demo graphics.
Hey, good job, 9-5. Keep a close eye on things tonight, okay? A child just went missing today. The CEO literally had to shout out at the top of his lungs and explain to the press that it wasn't our doing. Now, we're all over the news. This is really sad news, really. So we may have to sell off the business to the guy that came over yesterday. The puppet was also really acting really aggressive during the day shift. So, just keep the music box wound up at all times, okay? And be sure the power doesn't go out either. Just get through 2 more nights, hang in there, and good night.
Oh, wait! Oh, balls! I cannot use the freaking flashlight, so I didn't know who was there. So if I can't use the flashlight, just use the mask. Alright.
Hello? Hey, good job, 9-5.
know what? It could just be because Kitty Fazcat does not have a... It could just be because she doesn't have a frickin' model of the hallway. That's probably what that's about. Does Golden Freddy not appear with demographics? Because that'd be pretty funny if so. I did not want to deal with a character that could just randomly attack you without any sound cues. When everyone else has sound cues. Is the light keeping them in place? That is insane if so. I think the light is keeping them in place. Yeah, I think the light keeps them in place. Wow. If I knew the light had kept them in place, I would have done that earlier. Alright, the light is way too powerful. I only got $66 for that. How long did I work? That would be like 6 times 5. I worked 30 hours and I only got $66 from that. We will try night 6, but if Golden Freddy keeps killing me at random,
Hi.
Hello. We have some very bad news. The CEO is gonna sell out today. We have to close our doors. The animatronics are starting to smell. The puppet is not acting right. None of them are acting right.
oh! Hi, Shadow Lockjaw. Hi. Alright. I am going to take a moment. I'm going to go get a drink. I've already gotten pretty far, like night 5. That's impressive. So I'll be back. Alright. Alright. Time to lock in. refuse to accept that death was fair. I put the mask down the moment I put the camera down. So, like... Mask guy, probably. God.
Hello?
Hi.
Alright. I'm not gonna keep playing this if I'm gonna keep dying like that. He gives no indication when he shows up, which completely destroys the whole gameplay loop that's set up here.
Hi.
Yeah, no. No. I had my camera up! What the frick? Yeah. Shadow Lockjaw and Golden Freddy, they completely break the pacing of the game. Everything was fine until those two characters started showing up. Alright. That's classic mode. Oh, that's really cool. I like how... So when you go into classic mode, the static shifts from what it is from Winter Wonderland to classic static. And then when you leave, it shifts from the classic mode static to the Winter Wonderland static. I think the only thing I would love to do is the custom night. But the problem is, it does not load. very short stream, but I expected this to be a short stream. Mostly because I did not think classic mode would take too long. Like, it is a much less in-depth game than the remake is. Outside of the Shadow Lockjaw and Golden Freddy killing me at random, like, I will be honest, I was having fun with classic mode up until Shadow Lockjaw and Golden Freddy started killing me. If they made sound cues, and I had to put the camera down and put the mask on, that would be fine. But they made no sound cues, and they would pretty much they would either kill me while I'm in the camera or put the camera down. And that's pretty unfair. Because the classic mode was like heavily reliant on sound cues. And I gotta say, Night 5 without Golden Freddy, classic mode felt very balanced. It really shows you how good that game would have been if there wasn't a whole bunch of bugs and glitches ruining it. Like, you had to check multiple cameras, you had to check the freaking generator, you had to check the freaking music box, and you had to check Doug. And whoever's in the hallway, you would have multiple responses. If Foxy's there, use the freaking light. Doug can appear there, you have to go to Cam 1 and use the freaking sound. Like, the Return to Freddy's 2, I would say, really solid gameplay. Like the original. Like, I'm not joking. Like, the only thing that dragged it down was the original had a bunch of bugs. And another thing I gotta say is, the Winter Wonderland team did not have to go that hard. Like, not only did they remake the Return to Freddy's 2, make it so much more in-depth and so much more awesome, but they went back and added classic mode. They had that awesome extras menu. This is one of my favorite FNAF fan games I have played. It is up there in the top 5 at least. And I don't know if this team has done any more work. I know they're working on like Rat Race, which is another FNAF fan game that's going to be like multiplayer. So I'm going to be excited for that. But like, I'm probably going to check to see what other games they have, if they've done any more. I know this was their first one. So, anyways, we will go ahead and rate someone. Let's see. This stream is just starting. Not Soko is streaming. So it looks like her stream just started. Oh my god, 3-minute ad. I'm not waiting for that just for a freaking raid. A raid for Momo. Alright. Hope you all enjoyed the stream. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.